When I think of all the things that tossed my journey off its track, I realize something incredibly important: life's setbacks only changed my path and the timing of my arrival. They never changed my destination. In a high-performance organization, individual talents will come and go, but the culture and the process of the organization need to be so strong that change doesn't negatively impact forward motion. Replanting tropical forests restores habitat and growing forests absorb CO2 emissions. When politicians knowingly lie about, or censor, scientific facts, they are hurting you. And the entire country. Saying there's no global climate change because it's cold at your house today is kinda like saying there's no hunger in the world because you just had a slice of pizza. Food waste is perhaps the single biggest, and potentially most solvable, environmental problem today. Why don't we spend more time and resources fixing this? The future climate scientists have been warning us about for decades is now happening. It's not too late to act, but situation is urgent. Our overuse of chemical fertilizers is going to cause big environmental problems for decades and centuries to come. Most scientists want to stand up, tell the truth, free from attack, serve the world. Science, in the public interest, protects our health, powers our economy, keeps us safe. That's why supporting science, protecting it from big money political attacks, is so important. Climate change is real. It's making severe weather worse. And we're causing it. The good news? We can prevent the further exacerbation of these climate change impacts by transitioning to sustainable energy, agriculture, and forestry. Today it takes no great stretch of the imagination to envisage the Earth as an interconnected globe humming with electronic transmissions, a chattering planet nestled in the provident silence of space. The ethical question is whether this is contributing to authentic human development and helping individuals and peoples to be true to their transcendent destiny. The greatest barrier to evangelization today is bad example. Our strategy of evangelization must be based upon sanctity, upon our enthusiastic response to Christ's universal call to holiness. I want to be clear, Peloton made a mistake in our initial response to the CPSC. We should have engaged more productively with them from the outset. For that, I apologize. The biggest thing I will say is it's quite a legitimization of fitness content, to the extent the biggest company in the world, a $2 trillion company, is coming in and saying fitness content matters. It's meaningful enough for Apple Watches. We think the special sauce, the magic, is our connected platforms, and in order to work out at home you need a stationary bike if you're going to be biking. Internet offers the church the opportunity to make the saving message of Christ accessible throughout the world, in societies that don't allow the presence of priests, nuns, religious or lay missionaries. Internet can offer people undertaking a spiritual quest, or even just the curious, a chance to obtain information or find an inspiration that would otherwise be impossible. A bookstore to me is like a candy store. There is not a book I would not want to read at some point. My son is learning to read right now. Watching him get excited how he can discover things through books is pretty phenomenal. We are dependent every moment of our lives upon the Lord. It could be really difficult. My job was to make it trendy. It was to make it hip, to take the face of Nixon and turn it into a saleable commodity. It is essentially a matter of being clear on what your message is, and then preaching it, selling it, if you will, to the faithful and those you hope will become the faithful. We have high-quality merchandise, anything from high-end diamonds to quality clothing. We carry the best of the best, and I think that's what makes us pretty unique. We intend to inform our teachers that they need to stick with the state standards. It's a tradition carried on for centuries. We feel that giving guests 3 opportunities to opt out is adequate. We've always been second in Rochester behind Nazareth in lacrosse, but I think we've proven we can play with them. Real movement toward better funding and toward smaller service, smaller supports and more employment, more real employment, rather than meaningless day activities. It was kind of shocking. There were plans for him to come on campus for a particular event. When it came through he had resigned, we were all a little stunned. I don't know what to expect in Cuba. I think what the Holy Father is for is greater freedom for the Church, and greater responsibility on the part of Catholics to exercise their religious freedom, and greater sensitivity on the parts of governments to recognize human rights.